As we look into the future, we can be certain of so little. We must all work together to create and preserve a world order that promotes hope, understanding, stability, cooperation, and prosperity.
We had the greatest asset bubble in history, and now that bubble is bursting.
What started in America last year has now spread to every part of the world.
Huge losses on the financial markets.
Markets in turmoil after Greece's prime minister.
First Greece and now Italy.
All the rich people are just hogging all their money.
Free up the jobs so people could work, economy could rise.
Climate change is increasingly a political issue, but today's report is all about science.
It is unequivocal that Earth is warming.
These people are really thinking beyond their own interests, and they are thinking with categorical imperative to see whatever they do, this could be a universal law. And therefore we are looking for people who have the ethics, the energy, and the vision to make this world a better place.
I grew up in a very small town in South Carolina. There was no space program. Had I gone out in the yard with my mother and said, "Mother, one day I'm going to walk on the moon," she would have sent me to the psychiatric hospital.
What a place and what an experience.
I think exploration is all about curiosity, and if you as teachers can inspire people to be curious, what is on the other side? What can we do next?
Whatever backgrounds we have, whatever differences may exist between the different cultures from which we come, here at this festival, what matters is not where we come from, it's where we can go to together.
Well, I think we've got a responsibility to inspire the students, a responsibility to pass on to them the duty of thinking about the future of the world.
The sun gives vitality, the clouds gives rain, the earth gives vegetation. None of them have motives. Only human beings have motives. Human beings have stress and strain of life. Therefore, learn to share, learn to give.
Well, the Festival of Thinkers is just a unique event. We bring together some of the finest thinkers in the world with some of the most enthusiastic young people I've ever met and get them to share experiences.
Well, this is certainly an exciting occasion, yes, to exchange ideas, to see the problems that we have from different viewpoints.
As an economist, I suppose the two issues that loom largest are getting the world economy back on track.
That's why financial regulation is so important.
The other is climate change.
The key to recent problems has to do with bad and inconsistent government policy making.
I'm glad to be part of what I think is an international group of all-stars who are coming to Abu Dhabi to talk about the #1 issue in the world, and that's education.
60% of the Gulf populations are under 25. And they are now taking their place in society. For any Arab government is, are you going to lead those people by giving education and the ability to think for themselves, as this is happening here with the Festival of Thinkers, or are you going to be led?
We would like to teach people you can be leader in anything you are doing.
If we're all going to learn to live together and develop tolerance, we have to understand each other. And how do you understand each other without talking?
His vision seems to be bring the right people together, and you are going to come up with a solution. And that is such a laudable concept.
I'm very proud to say that this year has been unique because we've had over 200 students from 44 countries and 80 universities.
The Festival of Thinkers definitely gives us the opportunity to think of ideas for tomorrow.
I learned more from the students yesterday than they learned from me. They were not scared to ask questions, to assert their points of view, and to disagree. If that's the kind of world that we're going into, I remain an optimist.
I'm the one who's blessed that these people sat at my table are absolutely fabulous.
Talking about old generations with the new generations together.
This is a great opportunity to come and share my experience and help other people perhaps benefit from the experience, but more importantly, be aware of what's coming.
As an entrepreneur, you have to believe wholeheartedly in what you're trying to accomplish. You have to have a laser-like focus.
Because a vision without an implementation is simply a hallucination.
I think when we listen to these speakers talk, the passion that they have is what drives them forward. And so when we're trying to come up with solutions, when we run into borders, we have to engage those borders with compassion. We have to feel.
To bring these youngsters together so that they can see that they feel the same way, they react the same way to issues. Their world is going to be far more interconnected than ours.
University is really the breeding ground of the union. University is really the hope for the future.
We are the young leaders, and we have this motivation, we have this hope. Be the global citizen, be the peace ambassador, and we can do it.
What is going to be happening to the mankind and to the planet? Conservation of the natural resources will be influencing the whole picture.
Just being here, it's reaffirmed the power of conversation.
The young people know so much more than we did.
Success will come if you're prepared to take advantage of it.
And the future is all yours. I'm optimistic about the future because as an entrepreneur, out of crisis comes opportunity.
Every single one of you is a leader.
And I can see the fire in your eyes to just change the world.
The future is totally dependent on us.
One of you could be a Nobel Prize winner someday.
This is really working because I think we're seeing people see the opportunities, see the glass half full.
Maybe we can use this financial crisis to bring Europe to the next level, to actually foster the next level of cooperation. The way forward is the only way.
When I look at the miracle of the United Arab Emirates, I think not of the abundant natural resources, but of the free thinking that allowed people to imagine what could be here.
The progress that the world has seen within the UAE in the past few decades is just startling. We've got a bunch of bright young kids that they're going to be fun to watch.
If you want to change the world, congratulations, because with just that thought, you have already changed it.
I think it's a fantastic gathering of people from around the world, very different backgrounds, disciplines, and it really is a festival of thinkers.
We have learned so much at this conference, but it's all about what we do with that knowledge afterwards.
I would be very pleased if all of us leave this Festival of Thinkers with many new ideas for the journey ahead.
In an academic environment, if anything has to flourish, discourse is necessary. And I think forums such as these provide a wonderful platform.
Get all of this knowledge and share it with everyone. Share it with your brothers, sisters, with your co-workers.
It's a great opportunity to talk about how education can be changed in a manner that would get kids and adults enthusiastic about science, innovation, in a way that can really shape the future in a dramatic way.
Unlike other problems that you can encase in a nation or in a city, the environmental challenge, you can't. We share the atmosphere.
I have seen very few events like this of getting the experience, the knowledge transferred to the young generation.
We are humans because we can think, which means that before we take any actions, before we start anything, we have to think.
Intelligence is knowledge acquired from external agencies, from schools and universities. Intellect is what you have to develop yourself. You've got to question everything.
I think Arab hospitality just hits your heart, doesn't it?
Unbelievable kindness and openness, and feel so at home.
We celebrate the notion that we may be strengthening our capacity to gain wisdom, listen even more attentively to one another, and know that we are most wise when we are wise together.